Hey there, I'm John.
And I'm Josh.
Let's talk about the basically 2019-2020 season, but all these games, well, not all these games. These games did occur at the end of the 2019 season. They were the playoff games, and of course the national championship was in 2020. So these came a couple weeks before the national championship game, and a lot of drama going into this.
There really was.
Yeah.
It was a lot of heat, a lot of controversy as far as who was number one, different things, and LSU ended up getting the nod on that end.
Yeah.
So they played Oklahoma.
In the Peach Bowl, yes.
Right.
So you had and everybody was expecting LSU really to run away with this one.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
And LSU pretty much ran away with this one.
63-28. Jalen Hurts had absolutely no response to LSU and their offense or defense, honestly.
Yeah. Could not stand up to them. So that was a fairly brief game. I mean, in terms of, it was just LSU won it huge.
They really did. And it kind of, I ignored it because I honestly didn't think that they'd win their next game. But it kind of, if you paid attention, you were like, this team's probably not going to lose.
Yeah, it really gave the signs that this was a team that just had it all together on both sides of the ball.
It really did.
And tough to stop. And which every team that they played during the season found that out.
Yeah.
The next one was, when we watched the Fiesta Bowl, you had Clemson and Ohio State facing off. To us, that was the bigger game of the playoff games.
Oh, yeah,
more
absolutely.
Interesting. Yeah.
Because there was debate on who was going to win this one.
Yeah,
I think most people thought Ohio State had the nod. I thought Clemson would win. Clemson did end up winning the game 29-23. Crazy game, honestly.
Ohio State,
it was so good.
They just looked like they had it in the first half. I mean,
did they just kill themselves with bad plays.
Yeah.
It seemed like they kind of ran out of energy at the end, and Clemson didn't. And that good win for Clemson.
Clemson came on strong in that second half for sure and won it. And so that, which takes us up to the national championship game.
Yeah, I think there's a number of things to talk about on this one.
Yeah.
It was a good game in the first half.
Yep.
Like, it was close. You could kind of tell. I at least thought it was going to be back and forth coming into the second. And then at the very end of the first half, you kind of saw Clemson struggling a little bit.
Yep,
and there were some holes that, it was like Trevor Lawrence is struggling.
Yeah.
Number one for LSU, I forget his name. I think Chase.
Chase, number two.
Yeah.
Number two, right?
Yeah, 1 and 2 for LSU.
Yeah.
They were just kind of tearing apart Clemson's defense.
They were.
And then Burrows, golly, he was just
Burrow was doing a great job. I mean, really, Etienne for Clemson, he had a good game.
Yeah, he
ran
did his
well.
best.
He ran well, but he didn't have the passing game backing him up.
Yeah,
I think that really cost him.
And then I think Clemson, what I think it really comes down to Trevor Lawrence's lack of ability in this game to score when it mattered. And for Joe Burrow, this was such a huge game for him. He outplayed Trevor Lawrence in every way and got the all-time passing record in a season.
Yeah.
Which is just, it blows me away. It really does. How, and I'm going to give a lot of credit to Joe Burrow, but also the quarterback coach that came in. How you can...
For Brady?
Yeah.
For Brady,
their quarterback coach.
How you can... no longer there.
True. How you can go from 2018 season for Burrow, where they lose to a team like Troy, and I don't think anyone ever gave Burrow a second look. No. He was an average quarterback.
Yeah, coming into this season,
I don't think he was that great.
Everybody expected LSU to compete.
Yeah,
and to be
but it wasn't because of Burrow.
Yeah, normal, but not to make it as far as they did.
But him and his performance this year, in my opinion, single-handedly won LSU all these games.
Yeah.
He absolutely dominated every team he played against. He had, I think, all 6 touchdowns in this game, 5 throwing, 1 rushing. He is unstoppable.
Yeah.
When it comes to passing the ball.
Not to mention, he won the Heisman, and he didn't follow that Heisman curse. He just
kept
kept on winning after that.
He really did.
It didn't slow him down.
And it was so fun to watch. Like, he really is. And he really is a stellar football player. Yeah. It'll be interesting to see how he does in the next level with the NFL. But man, did LSU just roll.
Yeah.
It really, really was almost disappointing how much of a lopsided second half this game was in terms of LSU just kind of knocking around Clemson, doing whatever they want. Yeah. Burrow's lobbing the ball up and it being caught. And then Trevor Lawrence, I believe he overthrew 12.
14?
Was it 14? Yeah,
14?
It was like double-digit numbers of him just passing it to a player.
Which just means that LSU had him rattled.
Yeah,
I mean,
for
they
sure.
did. And the bottom line is, okay, Clemson, if they have a bad game in the ACC, they can still win the game.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
But if they have a bad game against an SEC opponent or a good opponent, you don't win the game. It just doesn't happen. So,
and I know way too early preseason top 25 came out, and Clemson's number 1 on it, obviously, because they're returning Trevor Lawrence and
and LSU loses Joe Burrow.
LSU, I don't even think is top 5.
Yeah,
they might be. Then you have like Ohio State at number 2 and Alabama at number 3. So all in all, the top teams, it seems like it's most likely, according to that, going to be a lot of the similar teams, especially with Fields and Lawrence coming back. And so it'll be interesting to see next year what happens, and obviously we hoped for a better ending with the national championship as far as like a better game, but kudos to LSU. I mean, you're talking an undefeated season, which is just huge.
It is huge.
So just kudos to them for being so dominant this year, especially in a conference like the SEC. That was a big win for them, and it's cool to see a new team win.
It is.
Yeah, it's nice to have someone besides Clemson or Alabama like win the national championship.
Okay, well, yeah. All right. Well, thank you so much for joining us for the 2019 football season. Join us in 220 days.
Yeah.
We'll
see you in August.
Yeah, that's right. We'll be ready to talk about the 2020 football season.